Good morning, everyone. I'm going to describe the current situation, and Silvio from my team will give you more technical information about what we're doing and what we'd like to discuss with you looking forward. But first of all, as I told Chito, I'd like to tell you that I'm very happy to be here. Those of you who know me know that I'm running along all day long, and today was just one more day until I got in here. I stepped on the brake and started to become aware of what's happening in here. The main opinion leaders and beef industry leaders are here, grouped by IPCVA, to discuss beef quality with this level of detail. There's a before and an after this meeting today. All players get together to discuss and invite the main points of reference of the world to talk how we can take a step forward. I think that's the most important part of this meeting. Then the technical people will have to work, discuss, see what we can learn from the American or the Australian experience. But if you take a minute to think about it, I think this is a landmark in Argentine cattle breeding. And I'm not exaggerating. We'll realize what's happening here today in 10 years' time when we look backwards. I see the leaders of many renowned institutions here. We have the main foreign guests here, providing us with information and very detailed information. You have to make use of that to improve situation in Argentina. Last week, a part of the Argentine grading system was changed. Livestock grading system, and some features were added to the carcasses grading system, and the resolution is just a minor detail. The most important thing is that we have been able to break the inertia, to gain momentum, and to start talking things from a different point of view. We're going to talk about product quality, beef quality. You know this very well, and our foreign guests have also told us. When you talk about beef quality, you add value to the whole chain, from producers, breeders, feedlots, industry, consumers. Argentina has been investing in genetics. All farms in Argentina have a lot of genetic information, improvement in ribeye area, marbling. We use 2 or 3 factors related to feed production, weight at birth, and all the added value provided by the industry will stay there. I see many familiar faces, people who've worked here for many years, Pedrito, Juanjo. And you know that producers may have a lot of information, same information Australia's just shared with us. Will not be able to improve our product quality if we do not have real-time information. And today we're here where we are starting this new process. And I'd like to acknowledge the work of public officers who have been working on this for 5 years, because this started in 2014. With technical people who, despite a situation that prevented them from talking to the private sector, they got in touch with them anyway because they were thinking of the long term. Sometimes we are stopped by current facts, but Silvio Marchetti, graders, many people started to get together in private meetings with the support of Jorge Dillon, who is not here. 2014, 2015, draft papers, discussions. Almost all of you here have participated in informal meetings where these details started to be discussed. Change of administration. Today, there is no topic that is a taboo. And today, everything that has been done over the last 5 years is put on the table, and we're discussing things, making presentations. Resolutions are drafted. with no fear. Resolutions are not an obstacle. The important thing about last week's resolution is that it breaks an inertia that existed for 45 years. But we need a long-term commitment. I'm not going to talk about the technical details. What I'm learning from the Australian experience is continuous dynamic evolution. It's a never-ending research process. The system shows that you can get return overnight. It's very difficult for us Argentinians because the agriculture and cattle breeding sector is quite conservative, very conservative. So it's hard for us to do this, and we have to be aware of that and be able to say, hey, we've not discussed this topic for 2 years. How come? Obviously, the IPCVA is taking the lead and is giving us the best news. Because when the private sector starts doing concrete things and becomes the owner of changes, that helps us build public policies. Technical officers were able to think of the long term regardless of the current situation. This is why today we're able to get together and discuss things for the first time from a political and technical point of view. We're talking about product quality, and we call upon the best experts in the world to show us the way. Eventually, we will adjust that to our reality, our needs, to our pace. But those of us who are here are responsible for starting this never-ending process because the evolution of markets, product demand is continuous. And as soon as we stop for even a second, we lose 1, 2, or 3 positions. I'm not interested in the 3rd or 6th export position. I'm thinking of places that allow us to generate and add value to the whole chain. And with this new information system, that's the only way of leaving average price aside. Paying based on an average is useless. There's no improvement when you pay based on average. There is no incentive to achieve improvements. Why should I do things the best way if you're going to pay an average price? And the industry should not be afraid of this because the industry will have information and quality products. And then producers will choose whether they will work based on an average or on improvements and whether it's profitability or not. So I just wanted to set the context to thank the technical team who has been working on this for 4 years, since 2014. And now we have to break it apart, discuss things, and do our best to achieve continuous improvement. Thank you very much. And Silvio, I will give you the fun part. Thank you.